Hello, Vikram sir. Hello, Manisha. My question for you, sir, Vikram sir. Sir, there are many bunch of popular actors who still feel OTT is like a smaller screen, and they say that they are of a bade parde ka actor and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, OTT is much more there to be explored. Like you are more into the character or story, and it is for everyone, for actor as well as writer, for as well as director, to explore more of the content. And when we look at the movies and OTTs, still OTTs are as well as commercially viable, as well as they can do deeper content as well. So why there is still hesitation of the actors to come down to OTT, and where they can explore more of the story and their art?
Yeah, broadly speaking, first of all, in India, I think art is a little fluid as far as the term is concerned. So it's not, for example, if you take Heeramandi as the prime example of if you look at the quality of actors or the quality of stars in a Heeramandi, you've already seen the fact that there is a willingness for actors to be able to be a part. And there's been lots of conversations with lots of stars about what is the right subject matter for them to make their presence on OTT felt. I think it's a matter of time before. You've seen it in the West as well. You start to see it over here as well. Alia Bhatt's had a straight to streaming film, which has come out. Shahid Kapoor has been in a straight to streaming series. Varun Dhawan has now been in a straight to streaming series. It's a matter of time. I think that whole perception of what it is for a bade parde ka, chote parde ka, I think all that is going bit by bit. See, broadly speaking, and this is again very broadly speaking, if you look at from a pure writing and a watching perspective, movies are stories. You go to watch a story in a film. Yes, you always love the character, but you're going to watch ek kahani. Whereas in the streaming world, you're going to connect to the people in that series. After a certain point, after 4 or 5 seasons, no one can remember the plot of Game of Thrones at a certain point in time. You remember what happens to the characters. You remember their character arcs. कि season 1 में इसको ये हुआ था, season 2 में इसको वो हुआ था. These are the broad differences in a sense. The perfect merging of this is your Marvel Cinematic Universe, which takes movies, but over a 12-year period had basically taken them and put them into multiple into almost like a very, very large series that ended up then culminating in, Endgame. But that's broadly where it is with that.
Sir, I'm asking as a journalist, also as an aspiring screenplay writer. I'm from Bengal. My name is Priya. Sir, you told about writing series, and I'm just wanting to know the process, because here, if only the episodic breakdowns can differentiate it from the film writing, or you have to think of a character through the seasons, and like when you wrote Jubilee, or when you have adapted Jubilee, or if I am asking about Sacred Games, like it is a novel and it had a structure, but when you are adapting some original stories, you have to think of a character or narrative through 2 or 3 or 4 seasons you are thinking of, or you are just thinking it as a movie or as a storyline, a larger storyline than a movie. And when you are writing a movie for OTT, like Control, like AK versus AK, then you differentiate it, or you just think it as writing a movie for the big screen or something. Like the writing process somehow differentiates for the movie in OTT platforms, or?
No, of course it's different. It's different because a movie is a movie. It's a 2-hour, 2.5-hour kind of thing that you make, which you can choose your audience based on what you sort of like. You say, okay, this is the kind of thing you'll do for streaming. This is for theatrical. But of course, for when it comes to series, you have to be different. It has to be broken down. You have to decide: is it limited? Is it not? Is it further? Is it going to be 4 seasons, 5 seasons, 3 seasons? And then break down your character arcs accordingly. So, like I said in the last thing, the character is the most important thing in a series, to understand how your character or your characters are going to be able to have their journey over a period of time.
Manisha, hi, this is Simran Singh here from DNA. My question is to you. It was a pleasant surprise to see you in Heeramandi.
Mic, please. Other people can listen to your
Yes.
question.
So, hello sir, Vikram sir, hello Manisha. This is Simran Singh from DNA. My question is to you. It was a pleasant surprise to see you in Heeramandi. But you know, we are talking about the perception thing. So, before signing Heeramandi, were there any people who were saying, why are you doing this? Why are you going to OTT? Why are you exploring this? You know, since there's this whole distinction of big screen and small screen. And what were their perception after the series premiere and after the world watched it? Thank you.
It's always that, isn't it? Like the before the doubt and the later the applaud. That happened to me when I entered the film industry some 30 years ago. Why film industry? It's such a industry of bad people, because yellow journalism those days were rampant and only the bad things were written. So the good family people would not send their daughters to the film industry and stuff like that. But same guys, after Saudagar and other films were applauding me and, saying wow and being very proud to be, whatever. It's the same thing, anything new, anything not known, whatever, and you have a preconceived notion about something, you have prejudgment about something. But when you are drawn because the quality is excellent, you applaud that. And I never had a doubt. Because not only because it was Sanjay Leela Bansali, whom I adore absolutely, but also I knew that streaming is the game changer. It is a platform which is going to be the most popular one, and it is a platform which is encouraging a lot of new filmmakers, a lot of new writers, a lot of new ideas, a lot of, so I never had a doubt. I never had a doubt.
Vikram,
Thank you.
Vikram,
Yes.
Manisha just said it easier for streaming platforms to give opportunities to younger filmmakers. Is it true now or is it tougher now for them?
Younger filmmaker.
Yeah, younger people want to get an opportunity because the big cinema they cannot make. Streaming is easier. Is it true, Vikram?
It's true from writers and actors. It is true. There's a lot of work that's coming the way of young writers, young actors. As far for young directors, it's as difficult versus as easy. I think we still need to understand. We haven't got used to the showrunner format in this country as yet. What is a showrunner? A showrunner is somebody who's the constant creative voice of a show. They can be a director, they don't need to be a director. They can be a writer, they don't need to be a writer. But they are, in a sense, the closest you'll say is the creative director of a show. They are the ones who will have the final call on the scripts, the final call on the edits, the final call on the music in terms of a mood, a tone, a piece. Those showrunners can work, and what happens internationally is that most of these shows will be made with multiple directors over a season with a single showrunner or two showrunners together working it. That's where directors get a chance to, new directors get a chance to come in, you direct something, an episode, 2 episodes, and you move on, and that becomes your calling card, then you get more work and so on and so forth. We still haven't got used to this format as yet. We're still, because if you look at it, it's a streaming, at least the streaming world in India from a series perspective is still fairly young. If you look at it from 2018 to 2024, it's only 6 years right now. We need to gestate this. We need for this to build a little bit more, and that's how you'll get a lot more new directors coming in. How long does anything take? No, but people are trying. I'm trying. For example, the last series I've made, it's called Black Warrant. It's out soon. I'm the showrunner, but out of 7 episodes, I've only directed 3. There are other directors who've directed 1 episode each. The young directors, first-time directors who've come on and done this. I think I'm consciously doing it on things where I know it's possible to do it. So bit by bit, it'll start to happen. So guys, last question, please. Sir, Mike, yahan pe.
Thank you so much. With the transformation from big screen to streaming, there's one thing that has changed majorly, which is the audience space. You know, the outside space is not accessible to everyone. But now the content is reaching in the household, and if I can mention this, mainly the women folk who don't have access to outside spaces are now witnessing and viewing your content. So while you create content, is that a major reason that you have right now in your mind while creating content? Because now they are a major audience base of yours.
So the women are more of an audience in streaming. Is that your question?
Yes.
I think they were an audience for television also. I think your primary audience for TV, if you take daily soaps and stuff, was always been women. I think the difference right now, in a way, is the fact that streaming is it's because, for better or for worse, it depends on how you view it. India is a country that adopted internet first through its phones, not through broadband. Which is most people's first device of choice is their phone, which makes it private viewing. The difference between television in the past and streaming right now is the fact that had to be in a public space. You didn't have privacy while watching TV. You had to be either conscious of the fact that you're watching it in the living room or you're watching it somewhere where everybody can hear whatever. Now with everybody's phones and headphones and stuff, it's become private. I think that's the basic difference when it comes to how. Yes, women are watching it, and you'll see a lot of shows are catering to that. But yes, the content will be a little bit more for private viewing in that kind of sense. You don't have to be conscious of what's, which is great. I think it's good.
Thank you.
So,
After that, I have a question to Vikram.
I think they want us to wrap.
Okay, so let me ask the question. So, Vikram, I started my career when it was 90s and 2000, right? And I think I'm going to be writing a comedy book on 90s and 2000 actress trying to fit into Gen Z culture. And do you have any tips for me?
I like it. I think it's a fab idea. I don't know if anybody can fit into Gen Z culture. I don't think Gen Z themselves can fit this.
Gen Z cinema.
But please, I think it's a great. Look, that's the kind of stuff that, for me, is exciting. Is when the boundaries are being pushed, in these kind of ways where we're willing to make people laugh, but also make them uncomfortable, but also make them face their own realities, but also make them so many things that we can do, and I think it's wonderful.
There's so much to learn from that time to now. There's so much to grow and learn and observe, and so much has changed. And I've taken so many wrong turns and fallen flat on my face, and so I thought it makes a great, a book, a comedy book.
Well, it'll be great. Yeah. Please do it.
All right. That was the last question.
That was the last question. It's
Yeah.
1:32.
Yes.
People are hungry.
Once again, can we please give our esteemed guests a big round of applause? We thank you for your time and this insightful conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, this session has come to an end. We thank you for being a lovely audience. Please have a quick lunch and be back with us. We hope to see you for the next one. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you.